I'm live? It says I'm live. We'll see if anybody comes in. I don't know how well. Oh, Totaro's blocked. Does it help if I silly that? There we go. Now we can see Totoro. I don't know if anybody's here. I don't know if anyone can hear me. I don't like this new YouTube live setup. Oh no. I should have done the old live if it would have let me. If anyone's here and you want to say hi, so I know anyone's here. Oh god, this is why I can't join by myself. Lauren says hi, Wanda says hi, Jasmine, Rachel, Joy, Glitterbeards. Okay, hi everybody, you can all hear me. Wonderful. It's always so weird to go live by myself because I rely on Georgia all the time. Georgia's here. Phil, Annette, Lo-Fi, Lemon ASMR, Courtney, Cass, KB Peterson, Anna, Maggie. Hi everybody. Oh my gosh, I didn't think anyone would be like awake. I don't know why. It's only like 11:30, but it's Friday, and I figured people have lives. And I did a little bit today, but right now, because Matt doesn't want to go out tomorrow and he wants to be a zombie on the couch tomorrow, he's choosing to do all of our laundry 11:30 at night. So I'm alone, and I wanted to do a live chat because I took like a week off. It'll probably be 2 weeks technically off by the time my next video goes up. It doesn't feel like 2 weeks though, because I did get a video up last week. Cass says, "Are you keeping this live chat up?" Yeah, it'll be up. So if anyone is like, "I'm tired, I have to go to bed," you can hear me ramble on another day. I'm gonna probably just talk at the webcam for a second, and then we can get into fun live chat stuff like we always do. And Angie says, "Glad you're feeling better." Thank you. It's still a little rough for me to talk because I'm a little mucusy. TMI, I know. I know when we did the live stream last Sunday, by the time it was over, I was dying because I hadn't talked that much in a while. But today's the first day that I left the house since coming back from New Jersey from my family's on Christmas. Today's the first day that I got like dressed and put makeup on and left the house. We went to Kohl's. That was fun because there's this new plus brand at Kohl's called Every, EVRI, I think, and they actually make really cute, like stylish, nice clothes. Like this is from that brand, and the whole brand's like 40 to 50% off. So I wanted to go and grab a couple new sweaters because Matt had bought me a couple for Christmas, and I wanted to grab a couple more. We did that. Then we did food shopping, which is always fun because we had absolutely nothing in our fridge because we were supposed to go last week, didn't because it was the holiday. We were leaving anyway. So by the time we came home, our fridge was like totally empty. So we went food shopping 2 times. We went to Target to get all of our dry pantry stuff. So like stuff in cans and boxes, pasta, like nothing that had to be refrigerated. And then we went to Trader Joe's for everything else. And Trader Joe's was like the craziest I had ever seen it. And all of the shelves were just so empty because they were all screwed up from the holidays getting their truck. So that was my whole day today. Very exciting, I know. I mean, I had an exciting day of going to Kohl's and Trader Joe's, and now I'm here and I'm drinking hot chocolate out of my wifey mug, and that's what we're doing today. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. I love you. Everybody's here. Kat's here. Feffy's here. All people I love are here. So this is fun. Okay, so I wanted to talk at you guys because every time I take a break, it becomes tradition to come back with some kind of like pour my heart out. This is what I've been going through mentally and emotionally video, which like I like to do because I like to watch other people do that stuff. I like to watch other people talk about the shit that they're going through in their life because it's helpful to know that we're not all alone in this world. And I know on the one hand it's TMI and it's the internet and it's forever and it's open to the world and people can, you know, use this information to, I don't know, talk shit about me. People are already talking shit about me, so I might as well do the shit that I like to do. On the other hand, though, like I was saying, talking at the internet like this, when you are going through stuff, and other people have either gone through it or are going through it, and they have some perspective on it, it's helpful. Or to just talk about how I'm rationalizing all of it in my head, I think helps other people. And I get comments sometimes that people are like, "Oh, hey, Like, thank you for making this video. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I like when people do this. Anyway, hi everybody that's here. I'm looking at the chat. There's so many of you. If I haven't said hi to you personally, know that I love you. Olivia's here. Box here. It's Lori's life. Oh my god, there's so many wonderful people here. Anyway, so I took a week and a half. It's gonna probably be 2 weeks off for multiple reasons. Holidays, like it was just stress. It's a stressful time. I got very sick, which is always what happens. Maggie said so from Costa Rica. Love you, Lacey. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. So I got sick, which sucked, but I always get sick around this time of year. In fact, my Facebook had the nerve. My time hop came up on my personal Facebook, and it was like 5 years ago. It was something about me being sick 5 years ago, and I was like, God damn it, I really do get sick this time of year always. That happened. I felt emotionally like I needed a break for a second, which I'm clearly somebody who gets overwhelmed very easily. So shocking to nobody. Emily, hey Lacey, I love you. I love you too, Emily. I was literally just watching your channel before deciding to do this. I was gonna film like a real get ready with me, but I didn't because get ready with me. I like to watch them. I do like to film them, but they're a bitch to edit. So I just didn't want to make myself more stressed out coming back onto YouTube than I needed to be. So this will be here. And I know not everybody watches live streams, but I think the people who care to listen to me talk will, and those are the people who matter. So we're doing it live style. So where have I been? Pam's here. Hi Pam. There's so many great people here. Oh, you're all so sweet. I hate that every once in a while YouTube overwhelms me so much that I have to step away. Oh, Chris, you're leaving? Love you. Oh my god, you're working on something for me. Okay. I need to stop, like, looking at the chat so I can talk and then get back to you guys, but I don't want to ignore you. Mexico Maven says, hey Lacey, wonder if you ever got my message about me going to Japan in March, wanting to send you makeup from Happy New Year. Oh my gosh, I didn't get it. I don't know how you messaged me, if it was on social media or my email, but that would make me cry because I cry when people send me gifts. So I would be so honored if you did that. Thank you. Okay, Happy New Year, everybody. I need to focus or I'm never going to say what I'm going to say. Anyone watching this on the replay is like to the point, and I'm like, sorry. I'm somebody who gets overwhelmed very easily. And I think I got too ambitious in December, pushing myself to do 3 videos a week. And I would love to do 3 videos a week. I said something on my community tab about 2020 being the year of 3 uploads a week. I feel like I need to be honest with myself and what I can mentally manage to do. And also all of the things I'm also trying to balance in my life. I think 3 uploads a week is a little ambitious, but I think 1 upload a week is silly. I want to strive for 2 and the occasional bonus 3rd video. I feel like that's a good place for me. And I feel like the reason I initially picked 3 videos a week was because that's what like people I look up to do at least 3 videos a week. Here lies the problem in this whole fiasco. 2019 was such a weird year for me. In so many ways, it was such a fantastic year. And then in so many ways, it was equally an awful, one of the worst years of my life. Like, it was very 50-50. I accomplished some of the best things I'd ever done in my life, and 50-50, my mental health tanked the worst it had been since high school. I'm going to take a sip of hot chocolate because I can feel my throat when it's sickening. Okay. So I wanted to like everyone's doing these kinds of like reflecting on the New Year's videos. I've watched them all because I like watching people on YouTube. I like watching personalities on YouTube. I very much fall in love with people's personalities and their stories and their lives. Like I just watched Raw Beauty Christie's house tour and I was so emotional through the whole thing because she's somebody that I love so badly. Like in my dreams we're like best friends. So to see her like beautiful house tour and to see like all that, and I've watched every video she ever talks about her mental health. Like I really love her as a person. I've noticed as an adult, as a soon-to-be 28-year-old lady, that I'm less interested in specific kinds of content and more interested in personalities. Like I watch everything Michelle Wong but I don't buy luxury makeup at all ever. But I love Michelle. And even Teresa, we have extremely similar makeup taste, but then sometimes she buys things and I'm like, oh, I would never buy that in a million years, but I'll still watch the review because I love Teresa. So that kind of brings me to like mentally what the hell was wrong with me this year because so many fantastic things happen. Like I used to always just at home at my parents' like, dream of having my own place. Like, literally, I would go to bed and my soothing thought that would take me to a good enough place to calm down enough to go to bed would be like one day you're going to be in your own space and you're going to be able to do things the way that you want to do them. You're going to be able to live the way that you want to live, and it's going to be so freeing. I never thought it was going to happen for like lots of reasons, or I didn't think it would happen for like a very, very long time because financial reasons, school. I've told my story a million times of coming from a very dead end area with very limited financial opportunities and career opportunities, really, really shitty. I'm from like a tourist area on the Jersey Shore, and really going to college was kind of a scam where I lived because I could only ever work in the service industry. So, which like I will always commend people who work in the service industry. I did retail for over 10 years. I just emotionally couldn't handle it anymore. So, and it doesn't pay the bills well enough. Service people in the service industry don't get paid well enough. Uh, so, all things considered, Matt and I were doing jobs that we didn't go to school for. I've said this a million times, but I'm just repeating myself. So that's why I always assumed I was never going to have my own life. I always assumed that I was never going to have a career, have a home. And then I got this idea in my head randomly. I think I was so fed up with job hunting, like this time 1 or 2 years ago. I was newly graduated with my second degree, like an idiot, and looking for jobs and finding nothing. I was having a panic attack and I was freaking out that like there was nothing where I lived. And I, on a whim, on my iPad, Googled best cities to move to in the US. Because I was like, wouldn't it be awesome if we just said fuck it and picked up everything and moved someplace else? And Albany was weirdly on that list, which I say all the time. Nobody moves to Albany. It's like a boring, silly city, but I really love it here. And I had always known that Matt wanted to go back to upstate New York because he's originally from upstate New York. And I kind of like, when he came home from work that night, was like, wouldn't it be great if we just picked up everything and left? I was reading this list and I looked at these couple of cities and like this one stood out to me. There's a couple others in New York that stood out to me. There's a couple others on the East Coast that stood out to me. And Albany was on the list. And he was like, oh, Albany would be really cool. And he's like, oh yeah, maybe we'll think about it. And then like slowly it became this obsessive thought that I had. And like I just really was researching like how we could do this and we came to the conclusion like we have this money that's put away for us to start a life. That's what the money that we had put away was always for. It was gonna be originally, I think, to buy a house with. But I was like, why don't we take that money that's in our savings and take a piece of it and just move someplace else. Fuck it. Why not? Like we're in our 20s. We were at the time. Matt's gonna be 30 this year, but why not? Like we have nothing keeping us here. Let's do it. And I was like, oh, maybe. I'm not against the idea. And then we just started researching it more and more. And I started researching the cost of living here. I started researching the jobs that were available here because I think, like, a side note, I think in the future I might genuinely do a get ready with me where I talk about, or even maybe not even make it a get ready with me, maybe just talk. I don't understand why every time I want to talk at a camera, I have to be doing makeup so that a select small portion of people will not be mad at me. It's a whole other thing I'm probably going to get into in a couple minutes. But I think in 2020, I want to just talk at a camera when I want to just talk at a camera. But anyway, I think in the future I might do a video about the process of picking up your life and moving to a completely different city. But and I think people who have been with me for a while will remember I was on my Instagram stories basically being like, hey, if you've ever just picked up and moved to another place, can you reach out to me and give me some advice? And people did. And a lot of that advice is what I use to do this. And that's fantastic. So again, that's why I do shit like this because as Jen would say, the collective brain, I think it matters. But I think people can help each other in ways they can't really understand or can fathom, really. But anyway, we just got this idea of basically someone had reached out to me and said, it's doable, but one of two things. You either need to have a job first and then find a place to live, or find a place to live and then have a job. Because a lot of jobs won't hire you if you're already in the area, if you're not in the area yet, and a lot of places won't rent to you if you don't have an income. Most places. So it was interesting. We had to like prove that we were financially viable. We had to print our credit scores. We had to get references. It ended up working out. I wish I could tell the story of how we got this place. Maybe one day I will when I'm far enough removed from it. Kind of like how I'm only just now comfortable talking about the fact that I worked at a lighthouse for 3 years because I'm removed from the lighthouse now. But anyway, someday I'll tell that story. But the way we found this place was a miracle. And we had gone back and forth so much on if we should even move out here. And I was so convinced that we needed to, that it was the right move. And then kind of like, well, none of us are going to take the steps to do it. So it's not going to happen. And then I've kind of just like written it off in the back of my head to, that it was never going to happen, but it would be fantastic if it did. It was actually Hannah Louise Poston who was talking with me and Georgia after like a live stream, and I was telling all of this to her, and she basically said to me, you need to do this, that the opportunities that I would get moving to a city are going to make it worth it alone, that it's like a once in a lifetime experience, that I'm going to regret it if I don't, like all these really wise Hannah Louise Poston-esque things to say to me in this situation. And that night, I brought the conversation back up to Matt, and I was like, okay, we really need to do this. And we made a plan of all of the things that we would have to accomplish before we could actually start moving. And I don't know, I still can't believe it happened. Like, I still cannot believe 2019, Matt and I moved out of our family's house, rented a U-Haul, put all of our shit in it, attached our truck to the back of it, and drove for like 4.5, almost 5 hours the way you have to go on a U-Haul, because you can't go on the Parkway part of the way with a massive trailer. That's a whole New Jersey thing. So it made the trip even longer. But like, I can't believe we did that. I cannot believe any of it. Smokey Gloves to your fellow New Yorker who also can't sleep. What's up, Hannah? I know I get to see Hannah because Hannah and I are a lot closer now. Random question: would you go to Salem, Massachusetts this year? I want to, and all of my best Girl Squad friends, we talk all the time about doing a trip to Salem, because I think I'm only like 2 hours away or something like that. So I would love to go. I'm shocked that I haven't gone yet. That's one of the things I love about this area, believe it or not, is how like near a lot of other places are. Like, we've been to Boston, we've been to Connecticut, we've gone back and forth to New York City a million times. So we really have a lot of access to a lot of great stuff here. Hannah says you would love Salem. Very spooky. I want to go. Very spooky. I read spooky. So that happened, and so many of you guys have commented to me on my social medias, on my, excuse me, hot chocolate burps, on my videos, saying that you see how happier I've been since I've moved, that I've seen just like more myself. I seem like I'm enjoying life. And it's been such a weird ride ever since, because that happened. Matt and I finally got engaged. And I say finally because we'd always known that we wanted to get married. Like, it wasn't like a shocking thing when Matt proposed. It wasn't like those scenarios where like one person has no idea that it's coming and the other, like, we both had talked about it. We both had been like, we just need to move out first and establish ourselves in so many ways, and then we'll get engaged. But we didn't have an official we're engaged, like, change our Facebook status, tell our families moment until he officially proposed. So that's a whole thing. So we moved out, we got engaged. Matt, we took like a 3-ish like vacation, 3-ish month vacation to just get the place together, figure out our new routine, get our lives together, enjoy our space, enjoy being together alone for the first time in our lives. And then Matt immediately got a job, like, without even trying. I swear to God, if anyone knows the movie The Luck of the Irish, it's an old Disney Channel original movie. And if you have Disney Plus, it's on there. And the plot of like the Luck of the Irish is that he's like half leprechaun, but he always has really good luck. Like everything goes right for him, and he doesn't know why until he finds that out about himself. It's so stupid as I'm saying this. My joke is that Matt is the Luck of the Irish kid. He has that kind of luck. Like everything just fucking goes right for Matt all the time, and I cannot relate at all. So he found a job literally like the second his resume was done, like, the next day he got a job. Anyway, there was a question earlier about moving. Let's see. Let me find it. Question: do you yourself have tips on moving? I'm trying to get out of a toxic environment, but on summer, but my mental health has had it, asked the demonic diva. Oh man. Make a plan. So that, like I referenced earlier, there were so many things that we had to accomplish before we could even think about moving. So one, when you're looking for an area to move to, like I said earlier, I was just researching like good areas to move to and why. And one of the things I was looking for was cost of living. And the other thing that I was looking for was job opportunities. And because it's the capital of New York State, there really isn't like a retail scene in this city. There's nonprofit work, which and state work and government work, which is fantastic because that's what we wanted, because that's what Matt does. Matt works in nonprofit, and I'm trying to work in nonprofit. So that was perfect. And the cost of living here, we have a 1 bedroom apartment. It's beautiful. It's the apartment of my dreams, minus that I wish our kitchen was bigger, and I wish that row homes didn't get mice. But other than that, it's basically my dream home. And the rent here, I can't fathom what I would pay for this in New Jersey. I think I would easily be paying 3 times, if not 4 times, the amount for rent if I was still living in New Jersey. There's just not affordable places to live like this in New Jersey. So like, and plus like to have a job like Matt has to be able to afford a place to live. Just with 2 people, again, doesn't exist in New Jersey. Everyone I know who lives on their own, where I'm from, there has like a billion roommates, or they were in the military and get part of their military money to just pay for shit. Like I don't know anybody who just like now more so as I'm getting older, I'm starting to have friends that are like establishing themselves. But most people I know just don't live the dream of like, oh, I'm gonna go move out. But let's see, what was I saying? But yeah, so to move out, definitely get a plan of all the things you have to accomplish. Like one of our things was we had to research healthcare for Matt because he was going to lose his healthcare the second he lost his job, and we knew that he was going to have to leave his job. So that was a whole thing we had to look into. Um, just like lots of logistical stuff like that. And like I said before, we really kind of came to the conclusion of we either had to have a place to live first or a job first. Like you couldn't just, I don't know. I know that sounds, it's like chicken or the egg situation, but really it is. I think we were also fortunate enough to. My sister said to me, "Don't go any place you have to pay for heat or water." So that was in the back of my head of knowing that I wanted to make sure those things were included, especially heat and or elect something heat like that. She's like, you shouldn't pay for gas or water heater. She said something like that to me. We don't pay for water, so that's fantastic, and we don't pay for heat either. We pay for gas, but we don't pay for the heat. It's the whole building is run on one system because it's an old as fuck building. So my heat's included. That's fantastic. We just had like a laundry list of stuff like that. You have to check your credit score to make sure that it's good enough to move, because if you have a shitty credit score, nobody will rent you. But thankfully enough, knock on wood, Matt and I both have very good credit scores. I don't know, lots of stuff like that. Like I said, maybe I'll make a video because I cannot believe that I did it, and the amount of stuff that we had to do. Like we had to furnish everything. We had to buy like all stuff that you never think of, stuff that you quite literally never think of until you're on your own and you need it. Like certain, like a slotted spoon was something that I recently realized I don't have that, and I had to go to Target and get it. Like stupid stuff like that. Like you'll move and you'll have everything unpacked, and you'll realize I don't have any paper towels. I don't have any garbage bags. Like so many towels, toothbrush holders, a plunger. Like so many stupid things that you suddenly have to buy for yourself. Moving is a whole thing. But anyway, I don't want to make this a moving stream. It's already been 20 minutes. I'll definitely do a video like that this year. Because one of my 2020 goals is to just make more videos where I'm just talking at a camera. I'll get into that in a second. We moved and we're here, and I can't believe we did it. And it's been so fantastic. And there's so many things that have made me so incredibly happy. And I know that you guys have seen that I'm so incredibly happy. Like, one of the things that I really love to do is cook, as we all know. And I have my own kitchen. I can cook whatever the hell I want. And it's fantastic. It makes me happy every day. Also, I filled the place with plants. Like, even sitting here, I could reach and grab a plant. I have plants everywhere. That makes me happy. I can decorate exactly the way that I want. It's an old as fuck building, and it looks like Monica Geller like threw up here. Friend's apartment, she had shit everywhere. Like, I look like a modern day friend's apartment, and I love it. I have a Totoro plushie on my couch, and nobody can tell me not to because I'm an adult and I pay rent here. So there's so many things that I like. I don't know, but then on the flip side, this has been the year of the weirdest mental health ever with me. Because when I first moved, there was this moment of like, oh my god, freedom, and then there was this like, oh my god, I'm alone, like sinking feeling. And I've talked about this before. I left all of my friends behind. I left my family behind. I have an extremely close family. To put in perspective, like an extremely close Italian family. So like the kind of family where everyone eats dinner together every night, and even after dinner's gone and left the table, we're all still sitting at the table talking. Like, I left my close family. I left like, my support system, the best friends I'd ever had. I made quite literally the best friends I'd ever had in my entire life that I ever have. They're still my best friends. I love them all dearly at my last job, and I was leaving them behind, and that sucked. And having support like that was so new to me. And like, even my best friend, my longtime best friend, like the last hangout before I moved, I sobbed, like truly, like we left, and we left each other, and I sobbed, like, and so stuff like that was rough. But anyway, what was I saying? So that it was kind of a mental health hiccup so I went through like a weird little momentary depression when we first got here, and I was like, made sure that we went home once a month to see my family because I couldn't handle otherwise. Like, there were nights where I would just cry in bed and be like, I miss my mom, like, like a baby. So so like, we made sure to go home once a week and stuff, or once a week, that would be crazy. Once a month, stuff like that. But then like all this new stuff started happening. Like, I got to hang out with Hannah, Smoky Glow Hannah. I got to see Teresa and Emily. Emily actually came up to see me. So like, lots of fun stuff. We kept going to all these fun places. We started going to a lot of concerts, and I forgot how much I loved concerts because I hadn't gone to a concert in so long regularly. That was fantastic. I really loved like mundane things of Matt and I going to grocery shop together for food, for our own place, that nobody else has to chime in about. Like, nobody else has to be like, well, I don't like this. I don't want that. Why are you buying this? It's just like, this is the things that we're cooking dinner in the next 2 weeks. Let's buy the things for that. Oh, we want to try this new cracker? Grab it. Why not? Why the fuck not? So I love stuff like that. I love going to explore the area. I love the whole area so much. It's been awesome. But then, like, now it gets into like what's really been wrong. So as I described, and I've said all this before, I'm so sorry for everyone who's heard me tell the story a million times. Matt and I quit both of our jobs, basically taking a huge risk. So that's the other part of the story. Moving here was a huge, huge risk that could have easily cost us thousands of dollars and not panned out. And we could have been forced to move back with my parents, basically. But we took a huge risk because we got a place to live. We then had to find employment. And we were lucky enough that it's like a month to month lease that we paid first and last up front. And that was partially for our safety. That way, if it did, come down to we got to go, then we already paid our last month. We could say, hey, this is it. And we can go back. Knock on wood, that didn't end up happening. Fucking freaky. And like, we had our chunk of money from our savings that we were relying on, and then that starts to count down. Money always spends way faster than you want it to. And it just was freaky. But then Matt thankfully got a job right away. But I've been struggling. And that's kind of so weird for me because we're really, I'm holding out. So we're financially okay. Like Matt and I are safe. We're okay. Which I'm so thankful for. But I don't want to go back to something that's going to suck the soul out of me because I did that and it pushed me into such a bad place that I felt like I had to flee. And I've been trying really hard to find something that uses my degrees, that makes me happy, that I could see doing in the long term, that I could see doing as a career. I don't think I understood how taxing emotionally, physically, mentally, how intense this whole process was going to be. And a lot of people had warned me that looking for a career was going to be like a full-time job in itself, but I really blew that off and didn't take into consideration how painstaking searching for things on the internet, writing out a perfect resume, which I wouldn't even have a good resume if it wasn't for Emily and Teresa. So shout out to them for sitting with me all those days and helping me. The cover letters that you have to write a new cover letter for every single job, and like just how emotional the whole process is of like not getting a call back, getting an email that you are not considering you, getting a call but then getting rejected. One job called me, I missed the call by like minutes, gave it like 10 minutes, called back, got their machine, and no one called me back. So I called again the next day, nobody called me back. Called again the next day, nobody called me back, and left one last message, nobody called. So like stuff like that where it's like so emotionally taxing. I don't think I was prepared for that, but I also I'm starting to understand also, so I haven't thrown in the towel. Because of the types of jobs I'm applying for, it's not like the kinds of retail jobs I've had in the past where there's always an opening at any given moment. These are jobs where like budgets have to be passed and they probably aren't deciding what positions are open until New Year now. So I'm hoping I have better luck. Monday I'm resuming because I took the last 2 weeks off of trying because I got so frustrated. And I was able to do all of this, one because of Matt, because of how hard Matt works, but also because of YouTube. And I've said that before, and I thank you guys so much for allowing me to have a little extra pocket money from doing this that helps me try to find something that I actually want to put my heart into doing. I don't want to be a full-time YouTuber. I don't think I could emotionally handle it. And I don't know. It's been rough. It's really been rough. So, because another thing that I can't really account for, and I don't know if there's anyone in the chat who maybe understands what I'm talking about. I feel like I lost my live chat. Does anybody still hear my chat? It's not moving, and I can't scroll up or down. Oh no! Let me see if I could pull up the chat on another window. Do it like I used to do for the podcast, because my chat is not moving. I can't scroll. So let's see. I just muted my phone. What is happening right now? I don't know if anyone's still with me. It says 86 people are watching, but I don't see anybody. I'm here. So yeah, my chat's not moving, so I'm just gonna look at my phone from now on. Sorry, everybody. So if that's obnoxious to anybody, it's because I don't want to close out of the stream. Let's see. Will it let me? Let's see if I can fix it real quick. Oh wait, I think I fixed it. No, I didn't. Why does YouTube have to be like this? Why do they have to ruin a good thing? The last. Okay. Got the chat. We're good. I had to pop it up in another screen, but I don't need to look at myself. It's fine. Everyone's here. They're here. But so many people have said such nice things. I've never dealt with trauma related to schoolwork. I went through a big depressive state myself here. Oh man. Don't even get me started on trauma and schoolwork. That's a whole other video. Hot chocolate break. I'm so happy I didn't lose you guys. Okay. Okay, so what was I saying? So not only is job search, first of all, I will say I did put off looking for a job for a while because I have really bad imposter syndrome. I have really bad intense fear of failure that causes me to self-sabotage. I feel like I talked about all of this the last time I live streamed. It really was like whoever actually honestly, it was like talking with Teresa and Emily when we went to the haunted house. Teresa was the one that was like, don't fucking self-sabotage, like, do the thing. And something Teresa said really stuck with me, and I kind of reflected really, really badly on the fact that I self-sabotage constantly. That I constantly am so afraid that I'll fail at whatever it is that I don't even attempt to do the thing. And it's just, that's a whole. So I only really recently, a couple months ago, kind of got out of the funk that I was in after I moved, of like assuming that I wouldn't get a job that I applied for anyway. So what was the point? I was such a loser and blah blah blah. So I started like really meticulously having a schedule of so many hours have to be spent on job hunting, so many hours have to be spent on YouTube because it's the only thing bringing in money, and so many things have to be spent doing something for the house, like cooking, cleaning, taking care of the plants, something house related, which is what I was going to get into what we were saying. What I was saying. Something that I also didn't anticipate. This is me talking very candidly right now, and I feel like anyone who's hung out with me for 36 minutes can handle me talking candidly like this. I don't know if anybody else has ever stayed at home while a partner has supported them financially, but I'm not doing well in this kind of position. One, because I'm alone all the time. I'm constantly alone. I never really leave the apartment because I'm doing one of the things that I just described earlier. I don't really know anybody in the city, which I'm sure I will. I'm not worried about it. But like I said, I left all my friends behind. I don't have this routine of like going out, going to work, coming back. Like I lack a routine. I'm on a terrible, terrible, terrible sleep schedule because I can make my own schedule. And I just like it slowly but surely has been deteriorating me. And I feel like if I don't account for every second of my day, if I don't account for every second of my day being productive, I feel like I wasted my day and I'm letting Matt down. And this is something that I struggle with so badly. That's why I just said earlier, my day has to consist of me doing only exactly three things: job hunting, taking care of the house, or doing YouTube. I feel like if I just watch YouTube for a little bit, I'm letting Matt down and I'm taking advantage of him. I feel like if I just rest, if I just relax, then I'm wasting my time. And I went through this in college really badly. Every second that I like rested and just took a minute to relax and breathe when I was in college, I was like, you're such a loser. This is why you're never going to get into grad school. You could be doing homework. You could be applying to grad school. You could be doing prep work for something. You could be doing, like, you know what I mean? Like, I always just, to the point where I can't even enjoy 5 minutes that I took to just take a break. You know, and I remember I said this in my like Sochan senior seminar, and because we were talking about mental health and we were talking about mental health resources for students on campus. Because I did this whole community outreach thing my senior year of my Sochan degree, and we were talking about mental health resources on campus. And I said what I just said. Any second that I'm relaxing, any second that I'm taking for my mental health, any second that I'm taking to rest, I put myself up over and don't allow myself to enjoy, and it becomes a wasted moment in that way because I didn't actually rest and my brain got the best of me, because I think that my time should be spent being productive. And now I'm doing that all over again. Now I feel like when Matt comes home and asks, "What did you do today?" I need to rattle off a list of actually really productive things that I can give him, or else I beat myself up so badly. And this is where the bulk, I think, of my mental health deterioration has come in like the latter half of this year, is the way I speak to myself in my head is so not okay. And I haven't felt this way about myself since high school. Truly. And like I preach all the time about not judging other people and to not judge other people so you can remove that judgment off yourself. I preach this all the time and I don't find myself practicing it anymore. I practice it in the way that I don't judge other people anymore. And that's a whole thing, but I judge myself so harshly. I know Anissa just did a video about this. Like the way that I speak to myself, I would, I, I fully believe you shouldn't speak to yourself like if you wouldn't speak to your best friend that way, you shouldn't speak to yourself that way. I would never say the things to my friends that I say to myself, and that I it's not even like a passing thought. It's like I deeply believe these things about myself. I deeply believe these horrible, horrific things about myself because I feel like I'm letting everybody down by, not having a job yet, or I didn't even say a career, because that's my goal is to find a career. So I'm saying that to be silly about myself. And I feel like with YouTube, that's a whole other part of it too. I don't even know what the fuck YouTube is for me anymore. I know I like to do this. I know I like to talk to people and have people talk to me back. And I know I like to be myself on the internet. And I know that I like to bring the small bouts of wisdom that I can to the internet. I know what it is I like to do on YouTube. But I found myself more and more, because YouTube was one of the only financial things I had going for me. I felt myself more and more reevaluating what my channel should be, what people want my channel to be. On top of, a lot of my friends have had incredible growth this year on their channels. My YouTube friends, obviously. And I'm always the first person to gas up any of my friends. I am truly the most obnoxious person in the world. Like, you all know when I do a collab, the first 10 minutes is me just telling you how amazing that person is. I am always the first person to be like, yes, this bitch, she's perfect, she's amazing, they deserve it, everything, they're wonderful and perfect. Why wouldn't they have 8 billion subscribers? They should have more, they should own YouTube. That's how I feel. But on the flip side of that, there's also this part of like, well, what's wrong with me? And there's this part of me that's like, I feel like I have similar gigs to a lot of my friends. I feel like maybe I have similar personality, similar taste, and I see their growth, and I can't help but take it as a reflection on myself. And I know that's not literally how it works, but I also know that other people I know who do YouTube say the same thing to me all the time, that you can't help but get in your own head about other people's numbers. So I have seen a lot of my friends' growth this year, and it's just put me in a dark place because I feel like, is my YouTube channel wrong? Do people just not like me? Do people just not like the content making? Is it my thumbnails? Is it my titles? Is it the content making? Should I do more beauty related stuff? Should I do more commentary stuff? Should I do more serious topic related things? And I had to catch myself being like, why do you even want your channel to grow? Like, why is it? Is it just financial? Is it because you want to have a successful channel? It's because you want to reach more people? Like, and I'm questioning all of this stuff. It's weird because I haven't compared myself to other people like this since I was like truly since I was in high school. I was gonna say 18. I didn't really get on this like self-love kick probably until I was like 24, 25. I think 25 was officially the year of me loving myself, and I'm gonna be 28 this year. But yeah, not since high school have I felt this low about myself. Have I compared myself this badly to other people? I really feel like I lost myself this year. So I feel like in a lot of ways I found myself. I found a lot of happiness. I found a lot of freedom. And then I think in a lot of other ways I lost a lot of myself because I don't want to let anybody down. I have chronic make everybody happy syndrome, which is so not the kind of person you need to be to do YouTube. In order to do YouTube, you really need to not give a fuck, which is something I'm going to work on in 2020. But I don't know, it's just been rough. It's really been so in my head lately. I really so I took this little 1.5 to 2 week break. It only kind of feels like a week, which I'm proud of. I did get a video up last week. And I really, as I'm watching everybody else, I'm pointing up because I have YouTube up on my big screen right now. I was literally just watching Emily. I'm watching everybody's 2020 videos and everybody's like what I want my channel to be, what my goals for 2020 are. And I have my goals. So I've said it a million times. I'm manifesting it into the universe. Um, my family, my mom and my sister are really into The Secret, so I I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying that I'm manifesting it. I want to find a career. I want to find a career. I want to find a career. I've said it a couple times. I'm telling the universe, I want to find a career. On top of that, though, I want. Hannah talked about this. Hannah Smoke Glow. Hannah talked about this in her 2020 video. My mental health needs to be taken care of. And the second I find a job, I hope to God they give me health insurance, and I hope to God I can get myself back in counseling. Because I really need to take some serious control of my mental health. Sorry, I'm starting to get a little sickly from talking for 45 minutes. That's what I want to do. But I've been thinking about what I want YouTube to be. And I really just want to. I always feel like I only make content that makes me happy. I only make content I'm proud of. So that's why on my channel, I've never deleted a video, taken anything down. Even though I don't watch a lot of my early videos because I find them cringe as fuck. I was happy with them when I posted them. I was proud of them when I posted them. It's what I felt and what I thought when I posted them, so they're staying up. It's fine. I feel so. I've always been I'm not going to post it if I don't like it kind of person. So I want to continue that. I want to continue only posting when I want to post, but I need to take it. I really need to kick that thought up a notch. So I need to, if I just want to talk at a camera, I want to do that without feeling like, oh, but if I don't make it a get ready with me, then there's gonna be comments of people being like, oh, this is so boring and blah blah blah. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? That's what I want in 2020. I want to make videos where, I really love the video I did right after I moved. That was kind of just a have a drink with me video that I did where I was just talking about what it was like now that I had just moved. And I want to do more videos like that where I'm just talking. I really liked Hannah did the other day, just did a face mask and made a video. I would love to do stuff like that. Because honestly, I love watching Get Ready With Me. I'll do them every once in a while. Right now, I want to do a testing new makeup Get Ready With Me because I have some new makeup I want to test. But I want to talk when I want to talk. I want to give opinions when I want to give opinions. The other thing is, I want to I want to not explain myself so much. I say as I just made a 47-minute, video explaining how I felt. I want to if I use makeup, I just want to use makeup. And I'm not talking about, so this becomes a slippery slope. When I say I don't want to explain myself, I'm not talking about oh, I'm just going to use problematic makeup from problematic brands and not give a fuck and whatever because the world's on fire anyway. I just feel and I talk about YouTuber problems all the time. I'm sorry. When you're somebody with a platform, you have to explain everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Everybody feels entitled to a piece of you. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to explain myself. I just want to make content that I like, that I want to watch. I don't want to worry about tweaking things so that people will be happy with it. If I want to make a video about a certain topic, I want to do it without forcing myself to put in the form of a Get Ready With Me. Let's say that's just one example. I don't know, stuff like that. I want to incorporate Matt more on my channel. I want to be more of a person. I want it to be less of oh, we're showing up to hear Lacey shit on brands and hear shit. I want people to show up for me. I want people to like me as a person, which is such a dorky thing to say. But I like how I described earlier in the stream, how I tune in for people's personalities. I want people to tune in for my personality and just be down with whatever it is that I'm making because I just want to put my shit into the void of YouTube and see what happens. I don't know if that makes sense. Emily says, could I say that 2020 this year is less focus / attachment to the comment section? That's exactly what I'm talking about, because that's also a huge part of this. I hyper focus on my creator app, and your creator app on your phone is the thing that tells you all of your YouTube analytics. So it tells you your views, your likes, your dislikes, and it gives you access to your comment section. And I don't want to hyper focus on the comment section anymore. And I definitely took a huge step back. I used to make sure that I hearted or responded to every single comment. I do still read all of my comments, but I don't force myself to make sure everybody knows that I did. I had to make it so people could stop responding to my stories on Instagram because I would just get so much stuff in my DMs constantly, and it became too emotionally overwhelming to deal with it. And it's not that I don't love you guys, I don't want to talk to you guys. Like, you can still DM me, you can still comment, I still read them and answer all the time. I just needed to take a little bit of a step back, and it definitely helped. So I think I need to tweak exactly what it is I want to do with that going forward. I need to not let people demand things from me. So one thing that gets on my fucking nerves is there's like a couple people who I now know by name because they do this constantly, who demand like to see my makeup collection. And I'm done with that. Like, I'm done with catering to a couple entitled people, and I know people maybe don't mean it in a malicious way, but I don't like want to cater to a couple entitled people. I don't want to explain myself. Like, every time I post, like, I want to continue posting the serious videos, like where I talk about sustainability. Like, if drama happens and I feel like there's a bigger picture drama video about, like, or a bigger picture like topic from the drama, I should say, I want to continue to do those. But if there's one or two people in my comment section that are taking what I said out of context, that are mad at me because, well, I care about this, I don't care about that. Like, I'm done with that. I can't cater to everybody anymore. People already don't like me on the internet. There's already people on various, sites on this internet that don't like me and are shit talking me as we speak, and that's fine. I can't worry about it anymore. I think it's one thing to clarify something, maybe if my thoughts didn't come off correctly, or if my wording was fucked up, because I have a marble mouth sometimes, and sometimes I don't explain myself well enough. But I just feel like I can't make everybody happy. And I've always known that I can't make everybody happy, but I really need to practice, like, don't worry about making everybody happy in 2020. So that's something that I want to do. I just, like, I don't know, I really was happy with the response to Matt coming on my channel. All of you guys said such wonderful things about Matt. I would like to do more videos like that. Like, I love channels where, like, they have their partner on and it's a little bit more about them as people in their lives. I know I said it 100 times, but that's really what I would like to do in 2020. I would like to talk about makeup I like, makeup I don't like, issues that I care about, issues that I feel are serious. I want to keep also a huge chunk of that on the podcast as well. So that's the other thing. Going back to originally wanting to do 3 uploads a week, but now I'm kind of thinking 2 to 3 uploads a week. I forget that I do the podcast. I forget that that's like a thing that requires a lot of time and energy from me. And most of the time, we're doing it multiple times a week, and it's very time consuming. I like forget that that's a piece of me on the internet that people can watch and experience, that they can consume from me. So I need to, like, not push myself to, like, I don't know, be some kind of perfect YouTuber that I'm only trying to be because I think that it might make people happy, and I think it might make my channel grow faster, and I think blah, blah. I need to just do what I can do and not make content that makes me happy. I'm gonna say it one more time. Wilted Black says a stream with Matt. I love Matt. I love Hannah and Charles building Legos. So simple. But yeah, stuff like that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the stuff that I'm talking about that I love. I don't want to just be the kind of channel that I think will grow fast. That's also where this comes from. I don't want to compare myself to other people anymore. I don't want to wonder why so and so's channel is growing faster than mine and what I might be doing wrong because of it, or what they're doing wrong, what's wrong with me. That's the thing. It's never like George is making fun of me. I forgot about the podcast I spent up 6 hours a week on. It's the truth, though. I like forget that that's a piece of me that I'm contributing to the internet, and then it takes a lot out of me sometimes. So comparison is the killer of creativity, says Bethany. It's the truth. Like, truly, I really need, like, I have, where's my journal? I have this journal that I love. I got the journal itself at Barnes and Nobles, and these really cool buttons. It's a wishbone and a monstera leaf, and it's a crystal ball, and it says know it all. I got the buttons at Ace Hardware, which is hilarious. This is my bullet journal. There's pen in it. And all in it is, like, my ideas for YouTube, video ideas, talking points. I have some work stuff in here now. Like, videos like, for instance, I have, does cancel culture actually work? And then this actually turned out being the gray areas of cancel culture video. But I had all of my talking points written out, and I just do like tag videos. I wrote out all the questions, and I do it in different colors, and like I want to, actually utilize this more. And if I get an idea, I want to write down the idea and then just fucking do it. Like I don't want to. I think myself out of so much stuff. Cat's here. Hi, Cat. I love you. Like I want to talk about things that I wrote down last week. I want to talk about brand owners on social media because I think that is. Oops, hit my thing. I think that it's such a relevant topic. So I wanted to do a more serious video talking about brand owners' behaviors on social media. I wanted to do a video. I just wrote down. This is a note. Makeup collecting is weird. That's the note that I wrote down. I wanted to do a video about how absolutely banana sandwich makeup collecting is, and that there's this cycle of like, and I've talked about this on my channel way back in the day, this cycle of hauling, anti-hauling, decluttering, having to explain your collection, having to show your collection, having to defend your collection, all your purchases having to be explained, and how militant the whole thing feels. Like I think about other things in my life I buy. Like I just bought like 10 shirts from Kohl's. My thought process was like, this fits me and I like it, so I'm gonna buy it, and it was that simple. Makeup is never that simple for some reason. It's become such a weird political thing. And I wanted to make a video just talking about that. Like this is what I'm talking about. I wanna feel like creative enough to just talk about the things that I want to talk about and put it on the internet and not care how many views it gets, not care if I become, some fantastic beloved YouTuber. It is, but I just want to just do it because it makes me happy and because I think it contributes to a conversation. That's the thing about YouTube. People are always asking, like, how do you start doing YouTube? I think an important part of starting a YouTube channel is having something to contribute and and that doesn't have to be I'm not saying that in a mean way, but like having something. I feel like YouTube is a constant conversation. Like you're all talking to me right now. We're having a conversation. Have something to contribute to that conversation. So I want to do that in 2020. I want to start conversations and contribute to conversations. I also want to do the silly stuff. I want to do the tag videos. I want to do the favorites videos. I want to do testing new makeup videos, like reviews every once in a while. I want to have a good balance. I don't want to tie myself down to any one kind of thing. I want to do something. I want to have Matt on the channel more often because that was a really fun experience. Matt's actually pretty fun to film with. We have a good back and forth, obviously. And actually, the Matt that everyone got in that video was only like 30% of his personality. He was very, very shy, camera shy. So I'm hoping that he'll open up and I don't know, stuff like that. I'm like we did film like us hauling and trying snacks from the Asian grocery store, but I ended up not posting it because it just I think we were trying too hard to be funny. It came off just so not funny. I would just like to be way more authentic. Like when we did the reacting to new makeup video, that was so just like what we were feeling in the moment, and that was so freeing. Can I tell you, if I were to put up a video alone of me saying this is stupid and ugly and looks like grandma makeup and what the fuck is this, my comments would be so pissed and I'd have to explain to so many people, or I'd have so many people want me to explain, I should say, why like why I thought that and how dare I and or try to talk me into makeup purchase. But with Matt, and this could be a whole thing about gender and whatever the fuck. Matt was able to just word vomit his true thoughts, and I was able to react and also word vomit my thoughts just purely as they came. And it was fun, and people reacted a lot better to that. So I would like to do that more often. Maybe I'll make every video where I react to new makeup either drunk or with Matt or both. So I don't know, stuff like that. Like I just want to be a little bit freer on my YouTube channel in 2020. And I think a lot of this has to do with like, yeah, I'm going through some stuff mental health wise that have nothing to do with YouTube, everything I explained earlier, that I have to deal with and I have to go through day by day, and I have to learn, talk nicer to myself and to not think that I'm a shitty person every second of every day. I also need to not compare myself to everybody at any waking moment. And I need to just like, I don't know, be myself, do the thing. So has some thoughts about 2020. I don't like New Year's. I never liked New Year's. New Year's actually really bums me out. And I think that's because I've historically been a non-happy person. So I've always felt like this is so dark, and I'm gonna sound very emo right now, and I've realized what I'm about to say sounds this way, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Most years on New Year's, I've been like, who the fuck cares? Because I haven't been excited to make it to a new year. And that's really dark. And I've only recently not felt that way anymore. I've only recently felt like, hell yeah, another year. And I've only recently understood why people celebrate New Year's. This is so dark and so fucked up, and I realize that I'm so sorry. So, I don't know, New Year's has just always been a weird time. I don't know. Everyone reflects on New Year's because how could you not? As Kat's saying, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on New Year's, especially with the new decade thing everyone's doing. That too. Like I don't do resolutions. I don't try to make these hard and fast statements of in the new year I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, and have a checklist. Like I get why people do that because what better opportunity to start new habits to implement change in your life than a whole new year? I'm doing it right now with YouTube. But I just like try to just let it be like these are thoughts and behaviors I want to change. Like these are just baby steps. You know what I mean? So this is all stuff I've been thinking about lately as I've been home alone and playing fucking Stardew Valley. Paul and Anarchy says, dude, 2020, I can't believe I lived this long. Truly, me neither. Again, not to be dark, I'm so sorry, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I didn't think I would get this far. Truly. And now, knock on wood, I'm very thankful to be here. And that wasn't always the case. I wasn't always thankful to be here. Most of my life, I was pretty pissed that I was here. And now I'm pretty thankful that I'm here. So that's how also I know that I'm getting a little better because I'm able to talk like this as opposed to being in the dark place where I'm talking in the opposite ways. You can all use your imagination. Allison's says that game took so much out of me. Oh man. So this is all the deep stuff I wanted to really get off my chest, and now we can get into the fun live stream part where you guys just talk to me and I respond to you. Thank you all for listening to me as I talked for an hour about my problems. All of this is to say, I feel physically better. I'm getting less sick. I'm slowly but surely starting to feel emotionally better. I know what I need to work on with myself. It's a process every single day. And I feel better. I'm feeling a little bit better emotionally. Emma Thomas says Central Jersey. I did grow up in Central Jersey. Even though I don't believe that Central Jersey exists, I'm one of those people. I believe that I lived in South Jersey, but that's a whole argument. People from New Jersey know what I'm talking about. So all that aside, this is all the stuff that I'm feeling lately. I do feel better. I want to come back to YouTube. I miss it. I haven't really felt physically better until like now. I did my makeup today and I feel good. And now I want to talk about bullshit stuff. What I was gonna say though, get into this bullshit stuff. Stardew Valley, man. So Matt got me Stardew Valley Christmas night. He didn't mean to. We were at my family's house. I was hanging out with my brother, and my brother was talking to me about like just video games. My brother and I are gaming people. And he was talking about the new Pokemon, how he liked it. And we were on the subject, and he was like, "Oh, it kind of reminds me of Stardew Valley. Have you played Stardew Valley?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, but I've heard of it." And he's like, "You need to get it right this second because you would love it." And I was like, "Okay." And I pulled up Steam on Christmas, and it was like $8. And I was like, "Ooh, maybe I should get it." And Matt's like, "Use my card, Merry Christmas," basically, kind of scenario. Christmas gift from Matt. From that second on, man, I've been so addicted to Stardew Valley. I've been so addicted. It's the best game ever. So anyone who has a computer, really, just don't get it. Don't get it on any other platform. Only get it on the computer. And it can run on a basic ass computer. Like once upon a time, I had a beast of a gaming computer. Then it needed a new graphics card, and I never bothered to replace it because I was in college and it was probably for the best if I didn't have a gaming computer like that was taking all of my time away from me. You can play Stardew Valley on a laptop, which is what I've been doing, and it's so worth it to play on the computer. It's the best game ever, and I was trying to explain to Georgia what the plot of Stardew Valley is, and it's so open-ended. It's just the happiest, purest, most amazing. Like, if you're someone who likes a game like Animal Crossing or even like Pokemon or anything like that, where it's kind of just like a calming life simulator, for lack of a better word, this would really be a game for you. I was told to get on the PC versus the Switch because you can do more on the PC, which is why I suggest the PC. But anyway, the point is, and it's based off Harvest Moon and Terraria and Minecraft and like Animal Crossing and a couple other things. Sandbox, like Allison said. The plot is your grandfather leaves you a farm, and you decide to leave your job in the city to go take over the farm, and you move into a cute little town, and there are endless things that you can do, and it's the best game ever. And I've been doing it. I've been playing this game nonstop as I've been sick and healing and sitting on my couch, which contributes to the guilt that I'm not doing enough, but I was fucking sick. To put in perspective how much I've played since Christmas, I just started spring of my third year on Stardew Valley, and I've been playing for like not even 8 days. I put so many hours into it. It's the best game ever. Make sure you always give gifts to people. Oh man, I do. I love everybody in that game. I've grown so emotionally attached to everybody in the game. It's so good. Excuse me, I have to cough for a second. Oh, talking like this is so not good for the last hair of my star fruit wine. Money. Oh, good to know. And I've been watching videos of like how to spend your time in Stardew Valley, best things to do in Stardew Valley. Like, I'm totally nerding out right now. I don't know how it took me so long to fall so deeply in love. Bethany says I'm just an old school Sims nerd. That's what I was playing before we went home for Christmas. I was playing The Sims. I do love The Sims, and I bought so many expansions. I got a bunch Black Friday, and then Matt bought me a couple again for Christmas. I was a hardcore Sims person, but now Stardew Valley. It's like my dream life, and Matt even said that to me. He was like, "Oh, this is like your dream life." Was when I explained what the game was. And I always say I want to just have like a sheep farm on a mountain in Europe somewhere, and just be alone on my farm. That's always what I wanted. So it's kind of funny that that's what the game is. What are you focusing on, relationships or tasks? Everything. I'm trying to have perfect stars with everybody because I love all the cutscenes. I love all the heart events. I'm not serial dating everybody, though. I only picked one person to date. But I want everybody else to have perfect stars because I want to finish all of their little story arcs. I'm trying to finish the community center. I'm like 2 bundles away from finishing the community center. And I'm just now starting to get a very profitable farm because that was like so not my focus. I was so focused on relationships and the community center, and also like maxing out all of my skills. Like, I have 10 at farming, fishing, and foraging, I think. Not combat yet. I'm trying to work on combat. Well, anyway, anyone who doesn't play the game, it's such a great game. You have to play it. There's a cutscene if you serial date everyone. Oh, who did I marry? Everyone was so picked. I picked Abigail because, in my opinion, she's the best person there. Everybody's so I was so torn between Abigail and Sebastian. I also really liked Harvey, and I really liked Elliot, right? But he was a little cheesy. I also really liked Leah. There are some good ones. Shane, everyone's obsessed with Shane. Everyone I talk to is like, "Oh, I pick Shane. I pick Shane." I like Shane. I like that I'm his friend. I like his character arc. I did cry like a baby during all of it. I didn't think he was like marriage worthy because I also felt like I didn't like the con. Because I'm a big RPG person, so in my mind I'm living the story. I felt like it was kind of a cop out if I was his friend and I helped him get help, but then he relies on me in the marriage to be better. I don't know. So in my mind, I was trying to play it like an RPG because I'm that person. Matt always makes fun of me for this. Like when I play Skyrim, like I've put so many hours into Skyrim. Don't even get me started. I always like in my head RPG what my character is doing and to try to make it like a continuous story because I've always loved RPG games. And I just feel like I don't know. Abigail was the best choice. She's the only one that seems to appreciate the area. She's the only one that seems well rounded. She's the only one that like has a fun personality. Like a couple of them are fun, but like I asked on Twitter who everyone picked to marry because I'm so fascinated by who everyone picked to marry in Stardew Valley. And I also asked on my Facebook, like my friends, like who they picked to marry. It was so funny hearing everybody's answers because everybody's Team Shane, which again I get, but like I just feel like he wouldn't be a good husband. I don't know, maybe he would be. I love his little arc though. I won't spoil anything for anyone that plays. It's such a you need to play it if you don't play it. A lot of people pick Sebastian. A lot of my friends love a lot of like my real life also angsty look like this friends loved Sebastian. In my mind, like Sebastian's cool and all, but he just kind of seems like okay, like cheer up a little bit. And I'm saying that I'm kind of like, dude, you need to cheer up and get out of your parents' basement. I think he the potential for him to get better could exist, but he's just kind of antisocial. He does say cute things to you though when you progress his hard events, which is nice. Let's see. Who else? I really liked Elliot because he's really, really romantic, but he's almost a little too cheesy. Leah has a really nice storyline. I like the idea of Harvey too. The idea of like just like a lonely doctor guy, like finding the like they all were really good. I did cheat in the sense that I always have the wiki up because I'm always trying to like like make sure that I'm giving like good gifts and stuff, and like I'm trying to build everyone's relationships, and I always have like what I need for the bundles for the community center on my phone, so I'm always looking at the wiki. But I did cheat, and I went to see what everybody's 10 heart events would be if I did pick them after I picked Abigail because I wanted to see what they are like when you become official with them. But I will probably like make more characters because I also picked the river farm because I like the fishing element of the game, and I personally, as a human, like to. I'm from like a beach area. I like the water. I miss the water every day that I'm in the mountains. So in my mind, my perfect farm would be on a river. I felt like I don't know. I'm sure I'll pick different farms. I kind of want to pick the haunted farm if I make another character. Like after I finish all the things I want to do with this one, I'll play a new character and I'll do new things. Well, maybe I'll probably date new people. Everyone's team Sebastian. He likes to steam. He likes sashimi, and he's emotionally unstable. Uh, the river farm is the hardest one. I have a good system with the river farm one. I'm very happy. I love how everyone's dorking out about Stardew Valley with me because Matt truly does not get it. But I mean, like Matt gets the whole being so addicted to a video game that you don't want to go to bed thing because we've both done that. Like when Skyrim first came out, I was convinced I was going to flunk that semester because I had never played a game like that. Like I played other Oblivion games, but something about like the storyline, the open endedness, the land. I had a really good computer at the time, so the graphics were phenomenal. It's just like I never had been that hooked on a game before. Maybe like I'm trying to think what I was that hooked on before. Weirdly enough, I was also really obsessed with Terraria. If anyone knows what Terraria is, when everybody was going through their Minecraft phase, I was obsessed with Terraria. But anyway, who doesn't want to farm and randomly find dinosaur eggs and end up raising dino? Good stuff. What else for Christmas? To get off the Stardew Valley topic for a second, Matt got me the new Pokemon game for Christmas. I'm trying to see if it's in reach, but we put it away because our apartment got very messy when we came home because we had like boxes and like Christmas gifts shit everywhere and Christmas displays. Well, on the replay. Yes, it will. My whole goal when we came home New York was I kept saying I want to clean like our parents are coming. So our apartment is now spotless, which I'm so thankful for, which is probably another reason why I'm in a great mood right now, because I feel like I can clutter always just makes my anxiety worse. So now I feel like I can work in this space. So anyway, long story short, I can't find it. But Matt's aunt, who I love, gave us a really nice gift card for Christmas slash our engagement. And I know that her intent of it mostly being a wedding gift, I think, was for us to buy like things for our home with it. But as I described earlier, when we moved, we bought everything already. So we kind of had this idea of we could buy the pasta attachment to the KitchenAid with it because I deeply want pasta attachment for the KitchenAid, but it's like over $100. Or we could buy the video games we've been wanting. And we went with option B because we're dorks. He got the new Zelda and I got the new Pokemon. And I believe I got Shield because I wanted the one with the Ghost Gym. I haven't played it yet though because I've been playing Stardew Valley. I love it so much. Also, like, I only played Stardew Valley. I was gonna say I didn't play it all today. That's a lie. I played for like a half hour before because spring just started and I had to get my farm back together. You know how it is. I have only been playing Stardew Valley, and I need to like control myself because, like I said, I feel very guilty when I'm not doing something productive in my eyes. So on Monday, I'm immediately going back into job search mode on top of YouTube mode because I want to have a video for Tuesday. Then maybe once I get the video, I don't know. I need to plan into my day when I can play Pokemon and I can play Stardew Valley. Excuse me. Girl, if you got addicted to Skyrim, do not get Elder Scrolls. You will be so addictive and so expensive. Well, the thing with that, Georgia and I, with our Patreon for the podcast, have been able to buy really fantastic computers that are going to help us have a fantastic podcast, which is so amazing. But part of that is I get a really nice computer, and I'm hoping that it'll benefit YouTube. It'll benefit the podcast, obviously. But I've also been wondering, would I be able to play games I haven't been able to play on a computer in a while, like possibly Elder Scrolls? We'll see. It's not what the computer was for, and I don't want to abuse such a wonderful gift. Yeah, video game addiction is real, and they're manufactured to be. Oh man, even like I just said, when Skyrim came out, I was so addicted. But, like every once in a while, I just go back to Skyrim, and it's still as addicting as the first time, as if I haven't already played it 8 million times. Like, but every time I play it, I feel like it's just as wonderful the first time. I always do new things. I had like totally the best thief possible, and I made like the best warrior possible, and I do stuff like that all the time. I don't know. I need to not play video games and be productive. See, this is my constant battle all day long. I want everyone's talking about getting vacuums for Christmas. I got a space heater from my parents for Christmas, which is so the most adult thing ever, but I was so stoked. Because like I said earlier in this whole thing, we don't pay for heat, which is fantastic because all of the heating in the building is the same radiator system and it's all controlled from the basement. So that's fantastic that we don't have to pay for it. On the other hand, I don't get to control it. So sometimes I'm just cold because it's upstate New York. And just I needed a space heater, and it's over there, and it's fantastic. And I'm so grateful for my parents for buying that for me. What else did I get for Christmas? I didn't get much for Christmas. Okay, so on top of all the other mental health bullshit, Christmas is just such a dark time for me because financial pressure of Christmas sucks. Um, that's a whole thing that we're not going to get into. I will say though, I do think that there are angels on this earth sometimes, and that's all I'm going to say. But anyway, what did I get for Christmas? So we did the podcast, like YouTube squad gift exchange, and Nisa got me a really beautiful piece of labradorite and a beautiful, gorgeous, like witchy kind of plate and some incense. and that's in the bedroom right now. I wish I had it to show. I wasn't prepared for this. So that was really, really lovely and beautiful. And then Matt got me all the video games. He also got me, because there's like, I own all of the makeup. So that's the joke in this house is like anytime I go into an Ulta or Sephora, I'm always like I leave empty handed because I'm like I own all of the makeup. Like that's always a joke. Is like, is there anything you want? No, I own all of the makeup. Like I don't literally, but I feel like I do. So every year Matt's always like, what's like the one thing you'd never buy yourself? And then I couldn't think of anything, and then it hit me. I wanted the Viseart Grand Pro 3. That was even like way too excessive to ask for Matt because it's $175 palette. But I found Muse Beauty Pro, the website, had a bundle of that palette and an eyeliner and a brush for, I think it was like an Epsom eyeliner and an Epsom brush, I think, for 140. It was like a really good value. And Matt got that for me for Christmas, and I couldn't believe it. And so I got the Muse Beauty Pro, not the Muse Beauty Pro, the Viseart Grand Pro 3. That was my one makeup thing I got, and I love it so much. And I know it's just a big expensive rainbow palette, but it's like the rainbow palette of my dreams. I love to have a palette like that just always on top of my vanity, because when I'm using any other palette and I'm like doing a purple look, let's say, but sometimes I want a very specific like depth of purple. This is just an example. So that's a palette I would reach for. It's like my go-to perfected color palette. Like my sugar pill palette does that, but it's gonna be like my sugar pill palette times a million. And I love it so so much. I'm so so thankful for it. That was my gift from Matt, plus all of the little video games that I described. Pokemon that was sent to me from his aunt. He got me two expansions, I think, for The Sims, and he got me Stardew Valley. And then I got Matt a hair dryer because he's obsessed with his hair. And I also got him dry shampoo, and I'm gonna have to teach him how to use dry shampoo. Ironic that me, the bald one, is gonna have to teach him how to do that, but I got him a hair dryer with dry shampoo. I got him a couple of the Jack Black lip balms because they're fantastic and they're his favorite. I got him a very very expensive cologne, but let me read the exact cologne. He sprayed himself with this cologne in the Sephora and fell in love with it. And let's see, where are my orders? And he would never buy something like that for, like, he might buy a cologne like that for himself, but not rarely. And we almost bought it at the last VIB sale, and then he didn't end up getting it. I got him Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Night Vision, which that is a potent ass cologne. Like, he has to do the thing where you spray it far away and walk through it because it's so potent. But he was so stoked to get it, and I was so happy that he got it. Let's see, what are the notes? Zest of green cardamom, mandarin, and Granny Smith, according to with fiery black spices of dangerous black chili, dark pepper, clove, and nutmeg. Probably the citrus that he likes so much. It's really a good one. But man, it's like $100 cologne, man. I got him that, and then the most important thing is, I'm sure I know he doesn't mind me talking about this. I got Matt like one of those genetic testing kits where it tells you your ancestry and your health history, because Matt is adopted. He's always known that he was adopted. It's never been a secret in his life. There was never this big reveal with his parents, like he always knew. He's never really been that bothered to know about his family and stuff, which is like, I could, maybe Matt will come on like the podcast or a live stream or my channel or something to talk about this, because I think it's interesting to talk about. But he never really cared. He's always kind of been in the back of his mind for the whole time that we've been together. Of like, yeah, maybe one day I'll find out like more about myself, blah blah blah. But unfortunately, again, this is another reason why this hasn't been a good month for us. There was a very, 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 very sudden and tragic passing of a family member this in December, and she was somebody that we love very much. She's Matt's cousin, and she was our age. and it was like a freak health thing. And we've been kind of processing that and that loss in our mind. But part of it is that she's our age, and it was like such a freak thing. And Matt came home like the next day after we got the news and was like, I think I need to find out about my health history because Matt doesn't know his health history. Like, how could he, you know? So it's one of those tests that'll tell him anything that he's genetically predisposed to. But also, something that's kind of weird that we keep, like, that keeps randomly hitting us is that if other blood family members took it and are on the site, he'll be able to possibly connect with them, which is just weird. So I know like everyone buys those kinds of gifts for Christmas. Everyone buys like those genetic testing things. They're always on sale this time of year. But we kind of bought it not to be like, haha, we're just as white as we thought, but more so to answer every kind of question Matt could possibly have about himself. And it's really, really heavy to think about. And I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. It really like I think it's been hitting us in waves. All of this. Thank you everybody who's saying condolences and nice things for us. Thank you so much. It's been really weird. Like really truly it's been weird. The whole thing's been really hard to process, obviously. But like I don't know. Because really for the 10 years we've been together, the 12, maybe 13 years we've been together, like I said, Matt's never really given a fuck that he's adopted. He's never like he's kind of cared, but not really. We know a little bit about who his birth mom might be, but not really. And he's never really had this like urge to like find his birth family. It's always kind of been like, oh, one day that'd be nice, maybe. So now it's like very real and like a way to start that process has presented itself to us, and it's like crazy. And it'll be interesting to see all that stuff about Matt because like I know stuff about me. I know I'm like half Italian and then a whole bunch of other kinds of white. It'll be interesting to see what Matt is, what his genetics look like. I'm very interested to see how much Neanderthal DNA he has because I believe it tells you that, which is the dork in me, the dorky anthropologist in me. So got that from Matt. Did you have anything else? I think I feel like we bought him a lot of stuff. I think that's the bulk of it. Hair dryer's cute. I literally had to go on the page on the half cousins Patreon's Discord and be like, "What hair dryer should I get Matt?" Because like I don't have hair, and I wanted to get him one that would like be good quality, last a while, but that also didn't have all the bells and whistles on it because he literally just needs it to dry his hair. He doesn't need it to like do all the crazy styling stuff. Like he doesn't need a $300, tourmaline blah. So. He was excited for his hair dryer. He's been using it ever since. He's excited for his lip balms and his cologne, his dry shampoo. So that's all that stuff. And then let's see, back to what I got for Christmas. uh, Bethany says we were told we were almost 100% Norwegian. Turns out it's more like 7%. That happened to my mom. My mom took the thing, and she was told her whole life that she was English. So I thought my whole life that I was like a quarter English. And then turns out that I'm like not at all. That we're like barely English, but I know I'm Italian because like my dad's side of the family came over on Ellis Island. So uh, I think I'm like I think I'm like part Lebanese is what we found out. I don't know. Anyway, I maybe one day I'll take it. But I also not to be that person. I'm so gonna be that person, and I'm sorry. There's a part of me that's very conspiracy theory about everyone willingly sending their DNA to that's a whole thing. Anyway, we got it for a very serious reason, so it'll be interesting to go through the whole process. So what else did I give Chris? We got the space heater. My parents made us this nice like art picture frame thing. It's this sign that says "Love you more," and then it has places to hold photos on it. And my parents put on a photo of like I think like the first Christmas Matt and I ever spent together. And then the most recent photo they had of us like getting engaged and showing off my engagement ring. And it was like the two pictures are wild. And it was like such a nice, thoughtful thing. And then Matt's mom got me some little itty bitty things that were really nice. And that's really it. Like not a lot, but I'm happy I love the things that I got. Oh, and then I needed to go get work appropriate job interview appropriate stuff. And then um we were at Kohl's and there was like sweaters that I wanted, and Matt bought those for me just as like a hey last minute Christmas thing. I don't like, does that count as like a Christmas gift if your partner just like on a whim buys it for you? I say it does. Real says you have the most beautiful, almost black piercing eyes. Listen, you have to be Italian, at least for his eyes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know I'm at least half Italian. Like I know that that part is true. I don't know all of the other parts. What makes up the other half? I know from what I understand about DNA testing, the more people who contribute to the database, the better and more accurate it gets. I don't know. It's a weird technology to me. It says the DNA thing concerns me too. Plus, they don't have a lot of data from non-Europeans to go off of, so I doubt it's a very accurate picture of my genetics. If I did do a DNA test, exactly. I believe they need, like I said, the more samples they collect, the better it gets. But it's just very interesting. I don't know. So that was that. What else? Let's see. That's basically what I've been doing. Long story short, an hour and 30 minutes later, I've been reflecting on all of the existential dread ever. But other than that, it's been like, Christmas stuff and, New Year stuff. I played Stardew Valley all day on New Year's, so only Southern Italians have the origin. I'm gonna have to take it because my family's from Sicily, so it'll be interesting. I mean, so we think, but I know my dad's grandfather. No, my grandfather, someone on my dad's side was adopted. No, somebody on my dad's side's grandfather was adopted by their stepdad. So there's a confusion of like a part of our history that may or may not be German. I don't know. So I would personally, maybe one day after Matt goes through this whole process, like to take it and see what the fuck. But I imagine it'll come back. Hey, you're as white as you always knew you were. And I'd be like, thanks. I don't. Steffi says I went to my aunt's New Year's Eve and we partied until 6, and I was sober, but my mom got wasted because she played booze roulette. That's funny. Matt worked, and then he came home like right in time for the ball to drop, and I was playing Stardew Valley the whole time, and I was still kind of sick. Like I said, I I kind of don't like New Year's, so I almost like forgot that it was New Year's. And then New Year's Day, Matt worked because he wanted the holiday pay, so I was playing Stardew Valley again. But it was fine. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And I like, excuse me, I wanted to film a video this week. I just like wasn't ready for it, but I think doing this makes me feel ready to do. I need to go back to YouTube. I think it's really easy for me to transition back from taking a break when I do a live stream like this coming back. So maybe no, I alternate between coming back with a live stream or coming back with Get Ready With Me, but this time I just needed to force myself to sit and talk. So that's what we did. Like what then? Snow not back with laundry? God. Oh, well, I think I've run out of things to say, and I've been doing this for an hour and a half. Unless anybody has any specific comments, questions, or concerns, I might wrap this up because I feel myself getting stuffed up in the nose and coughing. So, anything else in the chat that I missed? I know I missed a lot. I didn't mean to miss like anybody in the chat, but there's 81 people here, and I'm trying my best. Don't say anything. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. When are you going to visit Teresa? Oh man, I ask Teresa this every single day. Let's see, we saw each other in October. Teresa and Emily and Alex are all coming up to visit me when Georgia comes to visit in February, so I know that I'm at least seeing them in February. I would love to see them sooner than that, but we'll have to see what life prepares for us. But other than that, I think I'm going to get off because I feel myself getting very nasally and I'm going to have a coughing fit any second of any day. It's starting now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for listening to me talk about my bullshit. It's very therapeutic for me. Thank you for all of the wonderful, nice things that you've said. Thank you guys for supporting me, for being there for me, for making me not want to quit YouTube because some days I want to, and then I talk myself out of it always, obviously, because one, I love the friends I've made doing YouTube, but I also love talking to you guys, and I love this part of it. This part makes me extremely happy. And I wish it could always feel as good as this feels right now. So that's my goal for 2020 is to always feel this relaxed and this happy and this connected on my YouTube channel. Truly, that's the takeaway message. So that's what I'm gonna do. Other than that, that's all I have to say. I'm going to get off camera. I love you guys. Hope you all have a good night. I will see you with a real video soon.